You're asking yourself the question about your significant other, your desired partner. Should I message him? Is it a good idea if I send him a message now? You might not have heard from him in a while. And then there's the question of whether I should take the initiative. Is it a good idea if I take the initiative? How will he react? And now let's take a look at that. Dear ones, we are in this together as a collective. And here, with this question, a very collective question, a collective interpretation cannot apply to everyone. And the person cards are always gender neutral. Please always adapt it for yourselves. You're doing it so fantastically. But it's very important. So regarding this question, I've often read the question in the comments. But it's a very, very delicate question. As I said, we are in this together as a collective. And you can weigh for yourself what we generally see regarding the question, what the question is about the person, the situation, and whether it feels right for you. And you always decide freely for yourself. Trust your gut feeling. Very heartfelt, wonderful. Sending you all a loving hug. And I thank you for all the hugs that I always receive back from you. It's so wonderfully beautiful. Thank you very much for that. It's just absolutely wonderful, each and every one of you. And thank you also for your lovely comments again, for your warmth, kindness, and your togetherness. And now I would say, let's take a look and draw some cards. So let's take a look. You should write him your reaction. Thank you very much. It's good when you take the initiative. Yes, so with the tree, it's about stability. Stability between the two of you, 2001. Something really significant is happening with him or her right now. He or she has issues from the past. Yes, the past issues are very pronounced, and there's a really big issue going on with him right now. Something related to his connection to the past. That something is coming into stability here. So what's going on inside him right now? There's quite a bit going on here that is also in transition, in growth. And this has been going on for a while now. We've also been at this for quite some time. But it could also be that, we're still looking deeper into it. It might also be that he or she needs a bit more time. We have slow movement. Yes. But let's take a closer look at what we can see deeper. All right, okay. Then let's move on. The cross. Yes, let's put it this way. We have a burden and definitely a connection to the past. So what still binds him here is indeed the burden. And for him or her, your counterpart absolutely and undoubtedly has a task that he or she essentially needs to tackle, to complete, to work through. Ultimately, there are still lessons to learn. So there's something really, really, really important that he has to deal with, something that's on his mind, and that's what's currently going on inside him. It definitely has to do with that. You should write to him. Something is on his mind. So there is really an absolute burden. It could also be a karmic entanglement. But in any case, it's like this. Maybe he will also have some learning tasks. That's definitely the case for him or her. And it could also be a test because we have past issues and these entanglements or connections related to the past. Yes, the connection to the past, and that something keeps repeating where he is currently very intensely involved in this trial. It doesn't matter if you are in contact with him right now or not, or if you know anything, but now you will know what this is all about. You will find out maybe also that he has withdrawn. So let's see what else we can get into more detail here. Yes, and with the stars, it's the same. He is on this path to gain clarity and to set everything right. It's about grasping this happiness. We are moving towards fulfillment. So we have something positive here, a positive development, because it's already on the way to change. moving into the positive. 2001, positive change. And this is really about a lot. So there are bigger issues that he or she has to deal with, where he is right in the middle of it. So let's see how this goes on. Do I even have it? Yes, I have the sound. I've looked at this a bit late, but yes, we have here a very, very, very strong real burden, an absolute weight. So what you have seen here is becoming immensely more difficult. I have his fears. I have things. There are really, so here I can definitely tell you there are issues that need to be dealt with. And what I keep repeating is something he hasn't seen all along. These are really big issues right now. Clearly, there are also past issues being highlighted here. And he really has an absolute burden. I find him very restless. I have a lot of nervousness here. It's definitely the case that he has this restlessness. So it could be that he's fidgety all the time and, yes, this restlessness. And as soon as he calms down, he becomes restless and nervous again. Yes, his nervous strain is really, really, really extreme. 2001, so intense how he is lying there right now. It's really intense. And with him or her, it's also the case that the nights are very restless. So they can't fall asleep or wake up at night, tossing and turning restlessly, maybe talking in their sleep. Or waking up at 3 or 4 in the morning and not being able to fall back asleep. And I feel very drained lying here. I see what's inside him that he doesn't show. If you see him, you would see it in his face, in his eyes. I have the sadness, I see him lost. And feeling a very strong burden. With one or the other, I really feel that something is going away financially. There could now be significant costs or some purchase that needs to be made. But I also see that he is having a really hard time keeping up with his payments. So, because I find it generally very difficult for him to move, he actually always wants to distract himself. But every movement is actually like running a marathon. I feel the heaviness, I sense his withdrawal, and I completely feel this burden. I also have concerns about one or the other regarding work, because I'm really feeling the worries. And the change is also happening within him. He's completely lost it. It could also be that things look a bit more chaotic in his apartment, in the house, or somewhere right now. No order, even though he might always be so orderly. But it's all just too much for him. He's under pressure. He really feels like he can't breathe. It's weighing on him. One thing comes after another. Bang, bang, bang. And so we're at the question, should you write to him or her now? Should you reach out now? If you write to him now, as I said, I'll say it again, we are in a collective. It's a reading for the collective. So please, please, yes, according to the reading, I should reach out. And yes, this and that came out of it. So please, that's why I want to emphasize again that you should decide completely freely for yourself. If you reach out now after this collective reading, it's that he might not be able to handle the message. It's possible that he won't respond to you, that he might withdraw. He's kind of totally in that space. He doesn't really know what to do. So it's really possible that you won't get a message right away. He's kind of totally in that area. He doesn't really know what to do. So it really might be that you won't get a message right away. And then I see that for you, it's like you'll say, well, that's another disappointment, because you might not receive a message. So if you say, now wait a bit longer. Here it says, give it a little more time. He doesn't mean it badly. By not responding to you on purpose, it has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with you. He still doesn't know what to do, how to react to it. So it's practically like he's not completely himself because of this chaotic mess he's in, this total unrest. He's currently sorting everything out. We have the detachment of the old. He definitely wants to grasp happiness. He wants to change, and he also goes into change. But if you write to him now, it's really not the right time. Wait a little longer. And it's also like this. If you think for a long time about whether you should write or not, then it's actually more like your subconscious saying, no, don't write now. It's also 2001 when shopping. So if you have something and you're thinking, should I buy this or should I not buy it? So let's move away from groceries for a moment. Maybe think about something a bit more expensive. And you're standing there thinking, buy or not buy, buy or not buy. If you think about it for so long, it's a no. And it's like this. When you look at something, pay attention to what your gut feeling tells you in those first milliseconds, because then your head kicks in, and that's when we get into a mess, a complete chaos sometimes. So it means that it doesn't mean you won't have contact anymore. No, definitely not. The contact, that's definitely still there between the two of you. The contact is clearly shown, and he also thinks about it. But if you write to him first, then it's like this. He's overwhelmed. He's really overwhelmed. I know you mean well. I will have contact again. If you wait a little longer now, I'd say whoever is quicker between the two of you, because he already has the thoughts. He already has the message to you in his mind, because that's his determination. But right now, as I said, it could also be that you get a response where you think you expected something different, because I might leave you a bit in disappointment. That doesn't mean, okay, it's been several months now. I don't have the super long path of communication between the two of you. No, you can definitely write to him, but just keep in mind that you shouldn't expect an immediate response from him. That doesn't mean, okay, it's been several months now. I don't have the super long path of communication between the two of you. No, you can definitely write to him, but just keep in mind that you shouldn't expect an immediate response from him. Even if you write to him, he will notice it, but he might not be able to react right away because he's really uncertain. No. You can definitely write to him, but just keep in mind that you shouldn't expect an immediate response from him. So even if you write to him, he will notice it, but he can't react right away because he's incredibly uncertain. He is completely in this upheaval. If you say, okay, I'll wait a few more days or weeks, trust yourself. You will write at the right moment. As I said, if he or she isn't quicker, because it really depends on who is faster, since he already has the message in his thoughts. But it wouldn't be good right now, because he's right in the middle of this process. If you reach out, it might feel like he's being pressured, and then he'll shut down again. He'll close off really quickly because he's feeling quite sensitive right now. Everything is hanging by a thread for him right now. So that means if you write to him now, he'll just shut down again, right? Because he's currently trying to get back into this lightness, into this solution, into the change. And I really see a significant change coming for him, but I still have this uncertainty, a bit of this restlessness going back and forth, right? There's still a bit of doubt hanging around this trust issue, but he definitely wants out, and that's what keeps catching up with him. It could be with another person, with a situation, that it keeps repeating. Like you're always pressing replay or hitting the same button and experiencing the same thing over and over again. But now it's all coming at him all at once. 2001 and he's coming out. He's definitely not doing well. But he is in the process of change. It could also be that he has withdrawn and you don't hear anything from him anymore. It doesn't matter how it looks from the outside. Inside, I have completely torn him apart. Here, he is completely filled with worries, full of sorrow, and really burdened in his psyche. Those are his fears. He can now manage a new job or assignments, figuring out how to handle it financially, because I have him completely under pressure from all directions. What is also being shown here, and you know I always say, everything the cards reveal, is that he has you in his thoughts. Because he's also thinking about you, as he can feel his heart. And in his heart, you are definitely there. As I said, I have the communication between you, and I also have a nice communication. So it doesn't mean you have to write at all costs, wanting this communication, but rather just let a little air in, keep it light. 2001. So, yes. And he is really in the process of change. He is showing that here, and above all, what he shows in this combination is this loyalty, that he stands by you. He feels this sense of belonging and trust. As I mentioned, adapt this for both genders. The 2021 person cards reveal who is deeply self-reflecting and who aims to rebuild trust with you. It's crucial for him to first regain self-trust. Trust appears in many forms, trusting himself to act rightly, make decisions, and take action as he has decided to leave this situation. But first and foremost, his main theme is to regain trust himself. We have trust here in multiple forms. Trusting himself to do the right thing, to make the right decision, to take action, because the decision has actually been made, that he wants to get out of this situation. He wants happiness, he wants change, he wants communication with you. But it's still a bit tricky for him because he is now realizing how bad he has actually been feeling all this time while he was running away. He wants happiness, he wants change, he wants to communicate with you. But it's still like that, because he is now becoming aware of how bad he has actually been feeling all this time while he was running away. And now we are at this point where he realizes how miserable he feels and what he hasn't seen all this time, weeks, months, years, what he wanted to see. Like a stubborn mule or a whole herd of stubborn mules, always reacting, running away, showing something else, repeatedly retreating instead of following his heart. And now he is really completely in this transformation, in this change. I have communication again, and it will be nice again. I have a repetition, nice communication. I have change here. But as I said, if you write to him now, you can do that. It's up to you to decide for yourself. But here it says that it would trigger a bit of pressure for him again, and then just like that, he would quickly shut down again because he wants to. As I said, everything is hanging by a thread right now. And if you say, okay, I'll wait, then after this collective laying, it would be the right decision to wait a little longer. But as I said, whoever is faster, because I also think that he might be quicker with the message, according to this layout. And there, as I said, he feels, which I think is great, the belonging to you, what we have already seen here, the love, the connection to you, is now showing itself again. This standing by you, this belonging, and that is actually beautiful. Dear ones, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching and wish you a wonderfully beautiful rest of the day. Bye!